All right, what's going on, guys? Farzin Vasugian here with you to recap that first half. Boy, you want to talk about drama? This is probably the most dramatic first half of the year. That was obviously everyone's going to be talking about the Kelsey injury right there towards the first half, and I don't know if this is related to that previous injury. I know he said it's 100% that he was 100%. And I did say before the live stream today, I don't know if I trust that 100%. So things are looking very moot, to put it kindly, right now in Kansas City. Not good whatsoever. I know everyone's going to have something to say about the Kelsey injury, so we'll see what everyone says there. As far as the play on the field, you look at what's going on with the defense. I think the defense is having a great first half, all things considered. You look at the time of possession there, right before the Chiefs got that drive going, the Vikings were winning the time of possession battle by more than 4 minutes. So I think it ended up being, 3.5 to 4 minutes, somewhere around there. In terms of the time of possession difference there. That doesn't sound like a lot even for one half, but that can be a big deal. If you look at the defense, just their body language in that first half, they looked like they were gassed out at some point, especially that drive where they committed, I think, like 4 or 5 penalties on one drive. And by the way, they were able to hold their own towards the end there, allowing just a field goal. No, eventually this team did get going. Addison went in there, got that touchdown late there. But yeah, it's been pretty tough just seeing the defense struggle the way they have, and I don't think the offense is helping because the offense has kind of slowed down since that opening possession touchdown score there. I talked about forcing turnovers, and the defense they were able to get one very early on, but since then it has been kind of a rough go for the defense. We've seen a very heavy bend don't break defense there. Bleacher Report just sent out a notification, and they're pointing out the fact that Kelsey slipped on the turf there. Look, here come all the talks about, turf and natural grass and whatnot. I don't really know. I don't have a stance on that yet. I'm sure there are a lot of people who will comment on that once we get the final word on this. Yeah, nothing's confirmed. By the way, I love how Tracy Wolf, they're showing Travis Kelsey go to the locker room. Obviously, everyone knows he's going to get x-rays. That's why he's leaving early, leaving the field early before halftime. And Tracy Wolfson gets on the mic. Oh, I can confirm he's going to the locker room. Like, really? The cameras completely missed that part, Tracy Wolfson. Thank you. Listen, I'll say it right now. See, Robert's pointing it out right now. I don't know about putting Ross at tight end, but I don't know what you do at this point. You're gonna need to start looking at someone at wide receiver has to step up. No one really stepped up in that week 1 game, and when Kelsey came back, no one really stepped up then. Justin Watson seems to be the guy that Mahomes likes to go to for these deep pass plays. Look, I guess if Justin Watson can prove to be a legit number 1 receiver, great. But I don't know if that's a realistic possibility. A lot of people want to see Kadarius Toney or a guy like Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, maybe Justin Ross, but we're just not seeing so much of it. Yeah, Ross did have that very nice play, but it just since then we haven't seen much more of him. It just feels like we're getting sprinkles of Justin Ross. Yeah, Pacheco got off to a great start with the Chiefs, and since then, they haven't gone to him. He has 5 carries for 25 yards. You do the simple math there, that's 5 yards a carry. How many times did they give the ball to Pacheco? 1, 2, 3. So they gave the ball to Pacheco 3 times on the first drive. After that, only 2. But by the way, that first one led to a touchdown. So I don't know what the deal is not getting the ball to him. The Chiefs, you compare their play. So the Chiefs on their touchdown drive had 9 plays. On their first field goal drive had 12 plays. Minnesota had a 14-play drive for a field goal. They had a 9-play drive for a field goal. The Chiefs did have a 3-and-out after Minnesota's second field goal drive, and the Vikings went on another big drive. That was a 12-play touchdown drive right there. Now the Chiefs had a 10-play drive just now to end the first half. That they were able to get a field goal out of that, but obviously that drive right now is more. Everyone remembers that for the injury that happened with Kelsey slipping towards the end there. So. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you have to assume right now Kelsey's not coming back. So I think for the rest of the game, I expect more of Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon. I think those guys are going to be utilized a lot in the second half. Hopefully Pacheco gets far more than 5 yards, 5 carries in the second half. McKinnon, I think, is going to get more throws in his direction. Rashee Rice as well. I guess this is the time to start seeing what Justin Ross is made of. How much longer do we have to wait on the guy? I think it's time we, let him out, spread your wings and fly. Let's go out there and see what you can do. I think 5 weeks. This is week 5 now. That's plenty of time to get acclimated because I know he hasn't played football in a long time. I've acknowledged that, kind of gradually moving back into things, but it's the 5th week of the season. I think we can start seeing more of Justin Ross in this one. A lot of guys are saying Pacheco. Yeah, there's some argument about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Listen, guys, I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is looking bad. He is playing with more toughness this year. I've noticed that. Now, 3 carries for 4 yards, not great. But judging someone off 3 carries, not the. I don't know. I mean, it's just 3 carries. It's hard to judge someone off that many runs and a half, but let's give the ball more to McKinnon. I know the depth chart doesn't mean shit ultimately, but wasn't McKinnon ahead of Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the depth chart? Let's see more of McKinnon there. McKinnon has 1 catch for 15 yards and a carry for 7 yards. Again, I don't want to judge off very few carries or very few touches, but in general, we know what we're getting from Jerick McKinnon. We've seen it the past couple of years. So I would like to see a Pacheco and a McKinnon takeover here. And by the way, we haven't really talked about this because the whole Kelsey injury has kind of taken over, but Patrick Mahomes wobbled a little bit. I know he does this a lot. He seems to shake it off pretty quickly, but it's just not looking good for the Chiefs. And I kind of wonder long-term effects here, how that's going to impact the team. That's what worries me the most. A lot of times, you deal with these kinds of things. And if God forbid something, season-ending injury, those kinds of things happen, you kind of wonder, the rest of the season, what happens, and coming back from such a season-ending injury, how do you handle that moving forward? So a lot of concerns on that one there. Yeah, the defender that ran up to Kelsey, I didn't get it. Like, no flag for that, but Justin Reed, by the way, I know Jim Nantz and Tony Romo were like, yeah, that's unnecessary. I mean, to me, it just looked like Justin Reed was playing all the way through the whistle. As soon as the whistle was blown, that's when he threw the ball carrier to the ground. But the Chiefs supposedly get all the calls, right? Get out of here. Leo says Nagy's the problem. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure. It looks like they're coming back soon. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but the play calling, I think, needs to be better. I think we got to see more toughness on the field. Utilize some of the guys a little more. The Kelsey injury, I mean, you just have to assume he's not coming back. He took off his gloves, helmet, probably done for the day. But man, see, Robert mentions a good point. Short week too. Yeah, that's never going to help. All right, guys. It's going to be a very interesting second half. Hey, please come back after the game. Video calls will be open after the game. I want you guys to call in. We haven't had a lot of video calls ever since we went to this new system, and I would love to hear from a lot of you in the post-game live stream. And obviously, we'll definitely want to hear from Andy Reid afterwards. So we're gonna have to. I mean, there's already a lot we're waiting on. We're not going to get our answers today. But, man, there are going to be a lot of questions, win or lose, about the future of this team. So, Yeah, drama. The NFL Sundays. It would not be an NFL Sunday, especially a Chiefs Sunday, without some drama. That's just the way things work. All right, guys. I'm Farzin Vasugan. I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys joining in. Please come back after the game. We'll recap this game and talk about hopefully a Chiefs win on a already crazy game.